Master Shakya Jingqin, whose courtesy name is Chuan, was born in 1967 in Shanghai, China. And grew up in both rural and urban areas. Since early childhood, Master Chuan has been fascinated by Buddhist stupas. As he grew up, he developed a strong sense of compassion for people who had lost themselves in the material world, and those who suffered from various modern diseases like depression. Observing these things, Master Chuan began to study Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, while contemplating the ultimate meaning of life. In 1990, the master became a vegetarian and started to practice Dharma after taking refuge in the Three Jewels and taking the 5 precepts under the Venerable Master Mingyang. While he often practiced alone, he also set up a group during this time and led the members to practice Buddhism diligently. In 1992, Venerable Master Qingding offered the master the ritual of the 4 refugees and the 5 empowerments at the Vajra Bodhi Mandala in Shanghai. Then the master started to go walking the mountains alone to look for a suitable cave for a retreat. During this period of time, he encountered the Venerable Master Wu Dao at the Grand Buddha Temple in Xinchang, Zhejiang Province, Venerable Master Jing Hui and Hui Liang at the Guoqing Temple, Venerable Master Chuan Ying at Fangguang Temple in Shiliang, and Venerable Master Yue Guan at Tatou Temple. In 1993, the master made a pilgrimage to Mount Putuo. On the June 19th of lunar calendar, he became a disciple of Master Wu Dao at the Puji Temple and was given a Buddhist name, Jingqin. Master Wu Dao advised him to worship the Buddha's relics at the Ashoka Temple in Ningbo and visit Master Guilun at the Qita Temple. At the Tiantong Temple, he saw the Venerable Master Songshan, who was then 95 years old, entering nirvana in the sitting posture, and he was very impressed by this great attainment. In 1994, during a period of meditation, Master Chuan saw a vision of himself collecting the Buddha's relics in ruins and decided in his mind to become a monk. He then tangshed under Master Wu Dao at the Grand Buddha Temple. Right after the ceremony of the tangsha, he followed Master Wu Dao to make a pilgrimage to Mount Wutai. During the pilgrimage, he witnessed a lamp of wisdom hanging above the stupa that contained the relics of the Buddha at the Taiyuan Temple one night, and in the main hall of Foguang Temple, he saw Manjushri and Samantambhadra Bodhisattvas, who infused him with seed syllables. Under that wide stupa, Master Wu Dao bestowed the courtesy name Chuan on him. In 1995, he took the complete precepts under Master Mingyang at the Longhua Temple in Shanghai. In 1996, following the guidance of Master Wu Dao, Master Chuan started a retreat of 3 years and gained vast blessings from the master throughout the retreat. This allowed him to thoroughly understand the teachings of Buddha and the doctrines of Dharma, as well as the undertakings of his masters. He realized during that time why the masters set up altars and made offering to Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, and why they shattered hells with tin poles to allow the lost beings there to be reborn into the Western Pure Land. Although the masters endured hardships constantly, they turned the flame into red lotus with composure. Master Chuan also noticed that the only cure is returning to Buddha nature, and he came to understand fully that the most meaningful aspect of life is to benefit the world with the power of Buddhism. In 1999, after the completion of the retreat, he was appointed by Master Wu Dao to manage Jile Temple in Daishan County. In 2001, he was appointed by Master Wu Dao as the abbot of Yangqi Temple in Hangzhou and the director of both the Exposition Center of Buddhist Culture in China and the World Religious Research Center. In 2002, he gave lectures on the Shuragama Sutra. In 2003, invited by devotees in Ningbo, he became the abbot of Huiri Temple and has been working there until now. In 2004, invited by Master Haitao, he began to propagate Buddhism in the Southeast Asia and gave lectures on live TV. He also led disciples to make pilgrimages to India, Nepal, and Bhutan. In 2005, Master Wu Dao entered Nirvana. He made the film Behold a High Mountain with Awe in memory of the Master. He also gave lectures on the words of My Perfect Teacher. The same year, he became an honorable director of live TV. In early 2006, he was invited to attend the World Buddhist Monk Congress in Malaysia, as well as the first World Buddhist Forum in Hangzhou, China. In 2007, he was invited to host the Global Guanyin Dharma Assembly in Malaysia and directed the film The Bolt of Compassion for the assembly. In 2008, he, together with the Kempo Inten Puntok, produced the 3D program The Wish-Fulfilling Jewel, Vajrasattva. In the same year, as a representative of Chinese Buddhist masters, he was invited to attend the assembly of making offering to 500,000 monks at Dhammakaya Temple in Thailand on the Earth Day. In memory of the victims of a Wenchuan earthquake, he composed the Buddhist song Sending You into the Lotus Light. In 2009, during the Buddha's birthday festival assembly, he led monks and disciples to chant the Chinese Buddhist canon. In August of that year, he wrote the article The Economic Crisis Through Buddhist Eyes for the Europe Times and was invited to give a speech at the Chinese Culture Salon in Hamburg, Germany, after which he visited 6 countries in Europe. In 2010, he held the first Buddhist summer camp at the Huiri Temple and gave lectures on the Chinese classics, such as Standards for a Good Student and Tao Te Ching, as well as Abhidhamma, such as the Mahayana treatise on the 5 skandhas, the lucid introduction to the 100 Dhammas, and how to follow a wise master in order to enlighten young people with the traditional culture of Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. By purifying and blessing the spring water at Huiri Temple, he began to turn it into nectar water according to the Buddha's instructions, in order to benefit a large number of beings. In November of 2010, he attended and gave a speech at the Buddhist Sutra Preaching Conference. Afterwards, he led disciples to make a pilgrimage to Muni Temple in Thailand, inviting the footprint of the Buddha to his temple. In December, he led his followers from live TV to make the 5th pilgrimage to the 8 sacred places in India. In 2011, he completed the production of 108,000 mini-stupas of the Avatammasaka Sutra. He made 8 pilgrimages to different places in China to worship the Buddha's sariras and the birthplaces of the patriarch masters of Zen and Pure Land sects, preaching Buddhist Dhamma, holding assemblies of Mengshan food offering and liberating animals. During that year, many auspicious signs appeared at different assemblies, one of which was the marvelous rainbow and halo. During the Dharma propagating trip to North China in June of 2011, the rainbow lasted for 12 consecutive days. In November, he made a trip to Great Britain and held assemblies of Dharma preaching and Mengshan food offering. He also hosted an assembly of liberating animals in London and gave a speech entitled The Exit of Life at Oxford University. In December, he traveled to Burma, Singapore, and Malaysia to propagate the essence of Oriental traditional culture and the Buddhist Dharma. During July and September of 2012, he traveled to Inner Mongolia, Shanxi, Gansu, Beijing, Jiangsu, and Zhejiang provinces to hold assemblies of Mengshan food offering and liberating animals. In October, he was invited by Live TV to propagate Buddhism in Taiwan. In November, he held a grand concert of Buddhist songs and performances. In December, with the power of Buddhism, he held a 9-day Dharma assembly to relieve beings' anxiety, quiet the public sentiment, and pray for world peace. Master Chuan always follows his guru Master Wu Dao's teaching, keeps his precepts pure, and practices diligently, benefiting not only himself but also other beings. Taking a mutual encouragement with Master Hai Tao, he takes every place as a Dhamma site, so long as there is suffering there. Every year, he travels tens of thousands of kilometers to propagate Buddhism all over China and abroad. He has hosted 15 Grand Dharma assemblies to chant the Lotus Sutra, and given teachings and food offerings Dharma assemblies around the world. During all the assemblies, auspicious signs have consistently appeared, helping people to understand the essence of Oriental culture from the bottom of their heart. This has helped them to understand that gods are always observing what we are doing, and that there is inherent correspondence between man and the universe. They are actually one, and a good man is blessed. This in turn restores their faith in doing good and ceasing to do bad, as well as opening the treasure of a joyful life of meditating and world peace. The Master established the Huiri Cultural Propagation Organization in order to better spread the concepts of Buddhism and Oriental culture. He has assembled a troupe of singers and dancers, published books such as A Discourse on the Universal Door chapter of Kuan Shi Yin Bodhisattva and The Shadow of Cloud on Water in Alms Bowl, and many CDs of Buddhist songs. He has also produced nearly 1,000 different volumes of DVDs, including the preaching of the Shurangama Sutra, the Lotus Sutra, the Ulambana Sutra, and the words of my perfect teacher. In recent years, he has been making effort to propagate the prohibition of smoking, drug, and alcohol addictions. He has also created a Buddhist website, as well as blogs and microblogs in 8 languages, as well as making Buddhist films. By establishing a live channel of web TV, he is able to teach more and more beings and train Buddhists who have different skills to disseminate Buddhism. Despite his achievements, the Master does not consider himself to be an authoritative figure, but a marginal man with a sincere heart who is always touched by small matters. He also compares himself to an unqualified doctor with no expertise, regarding every sentient being as his illiterate mother, and he hopes to benefit them earnestly. He regards his life as a humble grass, with all unexpected experiences resulting from Dharma connections formed over the 500 lives. All good things must come to an end, the Master says. However, I am attached to the propagation of Buddhist Dharma, such that all sentient beings will meet each other again in the Western Pure Land, and stay with each other forever.
So